Hello everyone and welcome to this Thusar guide. A few friends and I were wondering what is the best Thusar build. The Thusar is one of the 4 available races in Mortal Online 2. And my friends and I, we tried a few different builds, like mixes with different races, to get the best results in damage output, health and stamina. The thing is, if you make a Thusar and you want high damage output, then you have to sacrifice some of your speed, your dex, in order to achieve higher damage output, higher health and more viability in terms of foot fighting. The Thusar is a foot fighter build in general. Henrik already said that the Thusar will not be so viable on mounts, but maybe a mounted archer will be possible. I will play a Thusar myself, because I always done that the last 11 years and I will continue with that. And because it's one of the most viable builds in my opinion for PvE and dungeons and stuff, because I love dungeons, and he's also very good at PvP, but because of the lack of speed maybe not the best, but he have a high damage output and he can definitely stand his ground. And by the way, I love this time lapse. Okay, let's go to the character creation for now. Bye, sexy time lapse. Also, please be aware before we start, it heavily depends on the glade gifts. Later in the video I will explain to you the calculator. You should set your glade gifts first, and then you can change other stuff like the height and other things that you don't waste attribute points. So here, just for example. So we come up with this build. It's the Thusar, it's Thusar Kallard, for your grandparents of course. We are at age 30 and we push him up to the maximum height possible for the most damage bonus. I will explain to you later the difference, because size matters. In Mortal, size really matters for damage bonus, serious. And we have the stealth status. And that means we are a little bit overweight. We are not overweight, but we are a little bit, how should I say it? We have eaten a little bit too much mech food. But that will give us a bonus of 5 strength points and minus 5 dex. But you are going to compensate that while using the drive-in option, what we should do anyway during corona times. We have 121 strength, that comes from the glade gifts and from the stout bonus of course. I will explain to you in the next part how all these numbers round up. Then we have 85 dexterity in the end, 119 constitution, and yeah, we will have all the attribute points for that. So in the end we will have a damage bonus of 34%. Even if the calculator says 33, that is not correct. If you log in game with all these stats and stat up, you have 34. But the calculator is also pretty accurate, so no offense here. That's maybe a rounding bug in the code or whatever. We have 214 health and 382 stamina. And our maximum speed will be 304. Nice. That is pretty slow, but yeah, it will work. So perfect for me, for example, for our only PvE build and stuff. Also even for PvP, because high speed characters have around 320 or something, maybe 330 if you are Vela with 125 dex, I think. So the speed difference will be around 10% at the maximum. So for other builds you're maybe 5% slower or something. I will just show you the damage bonus here if you take the glade gifts for the damage bonus and the size bonus and the 2 maximum strength bonus of course. So now we look it up and we have 34% damage bonus. That is pretty awesome. Someone tried all builds and made a calculator out of that. It's not official. Link to the calculator is in the description, by the way. Link to the build is also in the description. If you open the link to the build, you maybe have to switch a few sliders, then it will get refreshed and it will have the right numbers. So we set our Thusar, we set our age, we set our height, and yeah, if something is red highlighted or orange, it's not working. So yeah, you must look that there's no orange and no red. So here you can see how much strength we have, how much dexterity we have, and yeah, we have our weight set. So we have our stout bonus already calculated in, that is a +5. The +6 come from the glade gifts. You first should think for yourself what glade gifts do you need, and then you can adjust your build to that. So if you use in your glade gifts points like strength, constitution or dex, then you can use that points to pump it into the dexterity. So if you want glade gifts, other glade gifts like me, like if you want some active skills or whatever, and you don't have the 2 constitution bonus, then you will have 2 dex less so you will walk a little bit slower, and you will have a little bit of stamina less. So in conclusion, it depends on what you pick, what you want to pick, and you should accordingly adjust your build to that. But you should try that better in game and not only on the calculator, because it's just for an overview. It's okay for an overview and stuff, but better try the real numbers in game, because there's no way that this could be 100% accurate, because it's not an official website. I have tested that build myself, and yeah, the numbers are correct, but the damage bonus is not correct. So maybe it's just an assumption from the guy who made this stuff. Pretty thanks, by the way. So people can try their stuff accordingly, and maybe search for new builds, new stuff, and some variants. But it's better if you just log in, create a character, see, okay, the Vela has that and that clades, and you can calculate that yourself if you look in the character creation, and yeah, according to the real stats that's shown in game, it's better. So in conclusion, I hope it helped you a little bit. I mean, that is my Thusar build for me personally. That makes the most sense for me. It maybe not fits for you. So I highly suggest you should create a character in game and test it out yourself, because everyone every time thinks he has the best build, and in fact he doesn't. Even in the old Mortal Online 1 times, there was a few builds that many people called ultra meta. But the thing is, it depends on what you want to do, you know. So just for example, if it's the ultra PvP meta and you don't make PvP, it's a waste of your lifetime, basically. I hope that helped someone. Please leave feedback and suggestions in the comments. Hit the bell, like and subscribe. Follow me on all this social media stuff. Always make party hard, always. And have a nice day. Goodbye.